Riot's new League of Legends trading card game, Riftbound, comes out on October 31st. But there's plenty to collect between then and now. So whether you're new to the hype, a regular person who can't keep track of everything, or a scumbag looking to buy things to flip on Facebook Marketplace, this video will tell you everything you need to know about collecting Riftbound before it comes out. Riftbound, or Project K at the time, was announced in December of 2024, and it was originally slated to be a Chinese-only release. So keep that in mind because it heavily influences everything I'm about to talk about. The first physical products were released at TFT Macau in December of 2024, shortly after the game was announced. There, attendees got to experience the game for the first time with the playtest decks, also known as the Macau decks. These cards are the old template featured in the launch video that has since been reworked. These decks were mostly Chinese, but some were English, and they were meant for playtesting and development, and as such, some of the cards have since changed. For example, Super Mega Death Rocket costs 3 energy instead of 4, and the Legend Victor's ability costs 2 instead of 1. These decks are a super cool piece of Riftbound history, and as such, they've been expensive from the moment they came out. The English decks hold a premium over the Chinese decks. But that's not all. TFT Macau also featured an Arcane box set. Allegedly, only 5,000 of these were printed, and I have one to show off for you today. So if you're looking to pick one of these up, they came in a large box. So if your eBay listing has a picture of that box, don't be alarmed. There's probably an Arcane box set inside of it. Inside that black box is this cool box that features the 2 sisters on it from the hit series Arcane. And on the inside, the characters are divided between Piltover and Zaun. But seriously, this camera angle does not do these cards justice. They look absolutely stunning up close. Here I have an unsleeved copy of Heimerdinger in hopes that I can show off just how crazy the foil treatment is on these cards. So not only is it embossed in a way that you can't really pick up from afar, but if you look really closely in the background, each of these cards has some extra detail. So in this case, Heimerdinger has some equations and math and science type stuff just lurking in the background. Warwick, as far as I can tell, doesn't have any symbols in particular, but he has this cool sunburst effect, and at the bottom, it gets a little bit more crowded. Now, if I move on to some of the more iconic cards in the set, Jinx has some cool graffiti in the background, but when you move it in the light, you see that there's extra, like here is some more monkey graffiti right here by my thumb, and more graffiti up here that you can only really catch in the light. Truly, you want to get some of these cards. Similarly, Vi has the cool sunburst appearing from her gauntlet, and then at the top, that's not actually on the card itself, really. Like, you can only see it in the light, and that's just an etched emblem. I believe that's the Piltover Enforcer emblem, and at the bottom, if I can catch it just right, you see her gauntlet etched in. There we go, right here by my thumb. And then the last one I'm going to show you today is Victor. And he has this really cool circular sunburst. It almost feels like a clock or like a Mayan calendar of sorts in the background. So anyway, these cards are absolutely beautiful. I took this Warwick with me to Vancouver to the Mid-Season Invitational to get it signed by all the developers of the game. And let me tell you, it was turning heads the entire weekend. Everybody wanted to see it, and I was able to pass it around to the people waiting in line for the demo. It was awesome. Up next is the Lunar Festival, Teemo, and Coin. My understanding is that these were given out at an event in China and the coin is meant for sliding along your playmat to keep track of your score. Now the coin itself comes in this protective case, and the Teemo card comes in this red package. So if you're trying to pick one of these up, odds are the eBay listing will probably look something like this. Around the same time as the Lunar Festival Teemo promo, Riot gave away the 4 original Playtest Macau legends. I'm missing Volibear. Only this time they were in foil, and they came in sealed silver cellophane packets, similar to the red Teemo one that I just showed you. So if you're looking to pick these up on the internet, you may be able to find them individually. Otherwise, they will be randomized in those silver booster packs. As you can see, this Victor is pre-rework because his ability costs 2 energy instead of 1. These were abundant for a couple of weeks. In fact, I was able to purchase each of them for $8. However, my eBay seller decided to wait to ship them, gave them enough time to skyrocket in price, and then, on an unrelated note, the seller lost them. If you've got a Volibear for trade, hit me up. This next one's tricky. There are some Playmats floating around that most of us assumed would be the official product at launch. Because of that, I haven't been paying that close attention to them. As it turns out, they aren't the official product, and they are very hard to come by. These rarely even show up on eBay. In addition to the art, the logo and pin lines and score tracker seem to set them apart from the commercially available ones. But honestly, given how easy it is to bootleg Playmats, I wouldn't touch these with a 10-foot pole. Unless, of course, you're one of those scalper guys, then definitely buy them and make some money off of them. Now for the stuff that's more relevant to the people probably watching this video. English product that has been available in North America. Up first is this enamel pin. When Riot announced that Riftbound was going to be at MSI, I booked a ticket within the hour. I was a little disappointed when I didn't get to leave with any cardboard. From what I gathered, their plan was to give some sort of promo, but what I do know is that they moved mountains to make these available for us who attended MSI. It was a last-minute thing, and I'm really thankful for it. Moving on, we have the trial decks and the Ari event promo. Now, both of these were given out at Gen Con in a bag that looks like this, but neither of them are Gen Con exclusive. In fact, Ari will be given out at every event that Riftbound attends through the rest of 2025. And the trial decks, I have 2 of the 4, will be given out at the very least to all of the participating game stores throughout the nation. By all means, you should collect these, but do not fall for any listings that say that these are Gen Con exclusive. They absolutely are not. So this Ari is unique in that it is our first look at an actual, factual English Riftbound card. And you'll be happy to know that it's very thick. And the foiling treatment seems to be on the entire card to help mitigate any bending that you might see in other trading card games. As you can see, the card itself says launch exclusive, not Gen Con exclusive. Now what sets these decks apart from the playtest decks is the updated artwork, template, and finalized versions of each of the cards. So this deck is actually pretty juiced up, and you'll see that it plays a lot stronger than an intro deck. These cards do say sample on them, so they are not legal for any sort of tournament play, but they're a really good opportunity to learn the game and have fun while you do it. Head on down to your local game store to play with these decks if you haven't already. And that's everything that's out so far. Thanks for watching. So not long after I filmed the rest of this video, Riot announced the long-anticipated English version of the Arcane box set. It's going to be available for pre-order on Riot's website on September 2nd at noon Eastern Standard Time. The process to purchase it will be similar to the pre-order process for those of you who bought Origins or the Proving Grounds box set earlier in the month. That means you need a Riot ID to log into the Riot merch site. I didn't see anything stating that this would be officially the only time this product would ever be on sale. But if you're at all interested in picking up the English version of the Arcane box set, this is probably your best opportunity and you should take it. Now, if you'll excuse me, the game already launched in China and I'm excited to open some product that I got my hands on. So be sure to watch my next video where I go over what to expect from a booster pack of Riftbound. I'll open some product and then you'll find out if buying some Chinese Riftbound product is right for you, because it might not be. Again, thanks for watching.